Hey, welcome to the Beehive Mindfulness School. My name is John F Doherty, and I'm delighted. This is my first live video, so super excited to be doing this. Everything mindfulness, anything to do with spirituality, spiritual well-being or well-being in general, conscious relationships, conscious parenting, consciousness. I've been traveling and doing my inner work for about 25 years now. So I just want to share that with people. I work in the area of mindfulness and spiritual well-being. And so these live videos are a great way, I thought, of building my following, my list. If anyone feels like you can help me that way, please subscribe to my channel. That would be great. If you have any questions for me, just send in a comment or a question at any time. And I'll try and reply or even do a video for you if you're something that you're interested in the areas that I've discussed. So just apparently I'm supposed to keep these short, so I'm going to keep it relatively short and just throw in different topics each time. So our first topic today is taking a holiday from our life. So we all like to take holidays, which is fine. It's good to take a break from our environment, from the intensity of our life at times. But as one of my students said a while ago, there's a difference perhaps between taking a holiday and absenteeism. So at what point do we need a break from our life and then come back to it again and engage with it as fully as we can? Or do we not want to be in our life circumstances anymore? And ironically, while taking a holiday is really important in so many ways, the real refuge from a medium to long term, our only real refuge is the present moment. So coming into the present moment, being able to engage fully with our life circumstances, but bringing peace, actively choosing to bring peace and well-being to whatever is happening in our lives. So that's the hard part, I think. And, you know, in spirituality, particularly in modern kind of spirituality and consciousness studies, we would say that the only escape is the present moment. The only escape is into the present moment. So the end of, if you're on a spiritual journey of some sort, you know, people always say, and I love when they do this, oh, I can't wait to get there, as if in a way, you know, there's a destination. and ironically, yes, there is a destination, but the destination is here. The destination is here. So it's actually more correct to say, oh, I can't wait to get here fully. So if you're still searching to get somewhere else, to be happy or fulfilled or feel more peaceful and contented, then, you know, to recognize, no, the more present I am in the long term, it's fine to search outside and take holidays and, you know, all of that. But eventually you have to stop. Eventually you have to stop and realize that here is the only refuge, to be full, because that's all we have. To be fully here in this moment is the end of the spiritual path. And then, of course, some writers like Richard Rohr or the Franciscan and many others would say that the now, like Eckhart Tolle, the power of now, the now, we enter into the now more fully. And then Eckhart would say, or Richard would say, we enter into the eternal now. So everything that we've been looking for outside ourselves to give us peace or happiness or contentment or fulfillment, suddenly we realize that it's inside. It's inside, but I haven't been accessing it because I've been so focused outwardly in the world of form, in the world of other. So a big part of our well-being practice is to stop and to go inwards and connect in more, to find the inner peace and stillness, and to find more, actually, to find ourselves ultimately inwards. ourselves with the bigger self. So a lovely image that I use sometimes in my teaching is we're all these beautiful flowers in the field, and part of personal development, and we're all unique. There'll never be another flower like you, not special, but unique. And part of the personal development work is to get to like yourself as the flower, to get to like yourself, warts and all, right? Your shadow, to get to accept, to like, to be fully human, And there's a huge, that's quite a task, to really get to like yourself. And then to be able to relate to the other flowers in healthy and loving ways, with good boundaries and yet, appropriate communication and everything. So that's quite a chunk of work. And then, but at a certain point, when we become connected into ourselves, which is what mindfulness really helps us with, connecting into ourselves as the flower, if you like, at a certain point then, in terms of our growth and development and our identity, we then need to know who we are as the field. Who am I as the field that connects us all together, that we're all rooted in? And perhaps we might even say that that's the deeper spiritual self. Who am I then as the field that connects us all together? And then, that deeper, that brings us into what I said earlier, the eternal now, the eternal moment. So we're opening these inner doorways, or portals, as Eckhart might call them, these inner doorways into deeper and deeper connection, deeper and deeper presence in this moment. And therefore, the end of the spiritual journey is here. And I just have to keep finding ways of bringing myself here more and more and more deeply connecting into those roots. And then out of that process, a great sense of peace and well-being and love arises within me that you can feel, that you can really feel in yourself, and has very little to do with what's going on in your life, circumstances, because there'll always be stuff going on, right? There's always stuff, whether it's about money or people or family or illness or ups and downs. I mean, life is just a myriad of challenges at times. But the true deeper peace and well-being that we're looking for doesn't come from that necessarily. Not really. That's just surface. It comes from knowing myself in my roots and connecting right into that depth. And then the energy of life itself can rise up through that doorway, that openness, that portal, and fill you with an incredible sense of well-being and love and connectedness, which is what everybody wants at the end of the day. That's what everybody wants, right? So delighted to be able to do my first mindfulness and spiritual well-being live YouTube video. I haven't seen anybody come on. That's a bit disappointing. I guess I have to come to terms with that. But if you do watch it afterwards, give me a thumbs up or do a subscribe. I'd be very grateful. And I'm going to keep coming back and doing more. So blessings on your day. Go well. Thank you.